Like, obviously, we haven't seen them in such a long time. We've now got Muriz switching up to another agent. He's looking like a jack of all trades. And while they were talking about aggression, it's actually come out from the side of Vivo, keyed straight into the pistol round, just pushing their way through Garage. They got off to a great start, but Foxy's come back with 2. That was a shot through the door as well with the Ghost.
Yeah, you could not predict him to be the one walking away with those kills, especially when you had that skirmish from Sushi. You're chasing down a player on long, catching him off, have a suspicion that the rotates have come through. But that looks like they're going to go for the B side instead. I thought this was going to be a wraparound through the spawn to A. In fact, it is not at all. They're just looking to duel on this one. Vixen left on 40 HP by the time that X10 run to the other site. And, well, he is going to have a lot of angles to cover when he comes back to retake.
Spike planted.
Yeah, he's so low on HP. And this crossfire in towards the spawn is actually gross. Like, they already... Two completely different beasts. I feel like they have actually almost baited a lot of people into thinking that they're a lot worse than they actually are.
No, I think that was definitely the case for me coming into the tournament. Again, one of the pleasant surprises looking at X10's play, certainly in the previous map. This now brings them to 3 out of 3 pistols in their favor. Can they manage to connect the second? You would imagine, because they're only up against some pistols.
They came back.
They have checked it, haven't they? I like that little fault line going down, a shock dart. They're really trying to deter that push, and they might have done too good of a job, because as they rotate into the A site, X10 are just going to take it to C.
Yeah, they're booking it. They're using the jet alone of Paddy Pan just to try and maybe sell this as a fake instead, though. He might actually just end up behind them. Now, they've heard the flashes. I think they've already used their grab well, so I don't think they're going to be able to slow them down coming into the site, so it's just going to end up blooming as a smoke. And actually avoids the flash. Sushi Boy just hiding within. They're going to try and make this one costly.
I think this is a round that, considering how the game has gone so far on the previous map, they need to win over on the side of Vivo Keyed, and Joe's already doing a great job of securing the openings.
Oh, Chris, that just to walk back into that angle. It's a bold play. He actually doesn't take any damage for it, so hey, fair enough. A few pieces of utility being broken into mid, but I think that must have been Killjoy utility, so it actually didn't make much of a difference at all, being that Joe has already gone down. I'm going to look to try and make a play towards the A set. Now, there's already 2 players, at least in the general vicinity. Mirrors as well, still having some utility available to delay them, and he has gained so much ground. This kill is as free as it gets. Going to try and spot out the remainder. He might actually get traded here. I don't know if he realizes they're in the window, but just snaps back to take off the head of another. Again, this round for X10 comes down to cost. 2 kills, not bad. Anything more? It's a pretty good round.
You see it in the priority of Scary, the fact that he turns for the rifle instead of going over to take that spike, leaving it down in the window. Not in that safe of a position for him to take, especially as we see those players, Muriz and Vixen, pushing all the way down. They're now in the window, seeing the spike, and stuck inside of that. Absolutely, get yourself vaccinated. Maybe we can get it done sooner rather than later. Vivo Keyed. 1 round on the board, now they face off against the full buy of X10. This is where they could face a little bit of a problem. Stunned to the backside. Vixen not going to be able to do all too much, but he's safe for a moment inside of those cloud bursts. But now they know he's here. He'll swing and take down 1, but his teammates are falling. He needs to do so much, and despite the damage done, it still ends up in a 2v4. That lockdown coming in to buy them the time. They get a nice, safe spike plant.
I feel bad. I think he did about 240, 250 damage, not including the kill, but it really doesn't matter at this stage. MW0 has to break back and just fall away, try and hold on to this gun for the next round, and hey, the X10, they really didn't give them much of a chance in this round whatsoever.
A great start with the foundations built for this attacking side. I'm getting quite worried for the Brazilians at this point.
Yeah, I do like the combinations that they've got onto A-Long. Like, that's a couple of times now we've seen a stun combined with a gravity well, and it's actually core players. The only issue is no one's really capitalizing on it, so it's almost like wasted utility. Like, it's doing its job, but if they're not getting anything from it, it's almost irrelevant. Now, Joe, if he manages to dodge all of those bullets, I'll be probably the most surprised I've ever been. Going to have to fall back, and obviously with the pistol he currently has, it's not going to be ideal to try and take the fights in this spot.
He's got his teammates to back him up. I'm kind of worried about Patapan, to be honest. He's gone right the way up against these pistols and given them the opportunity to take him down in a 1-to-1 trade, not even that. With Vivo still having those players alive, now a rifle to back them up. A Blade Storm already activated. We saw it earlier on from Heat. And indeed, that Hunter's Fury for MW0, which as this clock starts to tick down further and further, might actually have some impact in delaying in this round. I was worried for the Brazilians coming into this, but with 30 seconds left on the clock, it's X10 that I'm starting to feel a bit of fear for. They're going to walk into Heat, who has that Blade Storm, and we know he can hit some shots with it.
Well, I actually like the spot that you've got from MW0. He's basically just watching that cross to make sure nobody can wrap through from mid, but he also then just has that Hunter's Fury available. Now, they have left it so that Heat's not really going to be able to do much right now, but there comes the Hunter's Fury, just trying to deny it. Doesn't actually manage to catch too much, a kill at least, and okay, I think that was a second tag. Yeah. Putting them in an advantageous position in terms of personnel, but I am looking at that Rolling Thunder and what they currently have.
Well, they might not have a chance to use it. Sushi already going to be taking down one. Fox is getting in there for a double. The Rolling Thunder buys them the time, so trades cannot come through. And this was looking like a very dangerous situation for X10, but they have managed to get a grip on this so damn quickly. No surprise they're committing to it and trying to deal all the damage they can, but MW0 will eventually go down after his third kill. I think Joe's just going to dive into that spike.
Yeah, there was weaponry to be stolen.
Not terribly surprised they haven't had a lot of opportunity to show us those buy rounds, but if they lose this one, I think immediately there's going to be a pause as they attempt to salvage the mental game and then move on to the actual game. Honestly, Heat with this operator, not in a position you'll typically see from an operator. Look at where he is, on A short, now pushing up after they spotted a couple of players. Heat is hungry to take a couple of kills. That flash does spot him at least. Are X10 going to peek into it? It looks like they are. They're thinking about it, spamming the corner. But they won't give them the opportunity. And I think this Trailblazer is going to get them all the info they need. There you go.
Yeah, okay. Decided not to peek that one anymore. Now, the rest of the team have not been static. They've been getting ready to make a push into this site, and they have a little corner where they can actually plant on just on the edge, but walking through it, it had its risks. Muriz goes down in a trade, and as they walk through again, it's just back into a 3v3 scenario. Neither team taking the advantage, and in fact, they've switched their move into a take towards C.
They've still got so many important players alive. That breach in particular with the flashes. Foxy's also having one as well, and that's the aftershock to clear him out. You're seeing it, all that utility in the late round, and then Fox just comes in and starts shredding everybody. Trailblazers, insult to injury for Heat. The turret tagging him up on the way out. Only 27 health remains, and it doesn't look like Heat's gonna get a lot done. He needs to connect a shot here and now, or he'll start to think about saving with that 20 health. Oh, 21. That turret almost took him.
Yeah, I think not destroying the turret, but also just all the utility that was committed by X10. And I have to say, Foxy's got off to a wild.
About finding where that op is and avoiding it.
Well, I think that might give them at least a decent idea. I think the turret's been helping them quite a bit. Now, Pani has actually bought an operator himself to stun into the aftershock. It's going to be MW0 just having to try and fall back. They are actually rotating very quickly, though. Already 3 players ready and waiting. Now you've got the Nebula to block them out. Peek through from Heat, but he dashes into their positions, and he's just dashed over. What is that from Baniban? Just taking those risks, but pulling it off. He actually survives that battle as well without taking too much damage. The man is mental, but very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You do not expect the shorty to be coming up over that box. It's a final game. Let's see if they can come in with something in this round here.
Well, the response already seems to be aggressive. Heat looking to try and take this one into his own hands. He's got deep into middle. Now, they might not be expecting this. The timing, though, is not great. And again, Foxy is going to open things up for his team. He's currently 12-2 in the server. An absurd performance in the most important time. And I'm not surprised that Muriz decided, you know what? I don't think I fancy peeking that one again.
Yeah, he got his info and he's out. That's all he needed. Bailing towards the B side, actually. I guess not seeing that much aggression coming through on A. They're going to drone it out to grab the information. At least 2, possibly 3 spotted on those spams. And that should probably be dragging Muriz back over towards this side of the map just because they're on that 4v5 already. You really can't afford to leave your player alone on A. The
thing I'm thinking, though, is they almost have the perfect ultimates for a retake. That you're looking at a Rolling Thunder and a lockdown available for the defense.
Yeah.
I'm almost surprised that they're committing so aggressively in towards this A site, because They have everything they need for this. The stun, he's just screwed. That was absolutely perfect from Cruz, and now Mirrors has to go ham. He gets nothing done. It's left to the remaining two, and no doubt they're just going to save this one. Lockdown not worth it anymore, and they just need to keep the ultimates. This is being incredibly well played by X10. They are playing very well as a team. As said, going into the match, even versus Envy, they had those few little gimmicky plays, the setups for each other, the team play, that synergy that we wanted for this team. It hasn't just been...
I am genuinely a fan of this X10 team purely off this play. Never expected to be a fan of Crew, but there we go. They've improved a millionfold on what we'd seen before, and it's only going to get better, Tom, as time goes on. Let's hope it gets better for Vivo Keyed right here and now, though, because it is 7-1 down. This is not a scoreline that they'll be happy with for many reasons. And as we come into this round right here, they haven't exactly got a strong buy. So once again, you're probably looking at an 8th round for X10.
I do not condone that message for anybody wondering.
Well, because they're 6 rounds down.
Sorry, what was that? No, sorry, we're moving swiftly on. It is...
Because it's defensive side.
It is just
another reason.
Going to be some weaker weapons. But... we've seen them bring these sort of rounds back before. Now, this would be the time for a hero play from Heat or someone to just get the team pumped up once again. The fact is, though, X10, they've been methodical. In a lot of these rounds, they've made all of these fights so awkward. There hasn't been a clean opportunity for Heat to really do anything because they're constantly forcing him off angles with all of this utility. They've got so many flashes that they can just throw through and make it so there's nothing to really fight. In fact, it seems like they've gambled this wrong. Is he currently selling a fake with an operator? No, they're actually going to push back to join him. This is so risky from Patapan. He's gone in alone with a Blade Storm and an operator. The rest of the team have just gone, well, you know what, I'm not following this.
Well,
it is almost just giving some free weaponry. I don't think it's going to really affect the round in general because they are going to get an afterplant on A and a retake with 2 low players, one of them holding a rifle and then an op. It's just unlikely. They're actually still aggressing. Why is this round from X10?
Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. That's my bad. I think that this is just overconfidence. That's all it is. They feel like they are by far the better team.
They're going for this.
No, it doesn't matter though. Look at that. You're gonna.
Sorry, God.
It's got HP. He's like, I'm going in. He's reloading. He's reloading. Like, I don't know what that was, but ludicrous round. My God, yeah, no, I think, honestly, my point still stands about X10. I think they are just going super aggressive because they are dominating, man. Like, when I was speaking the other day to Dubstep, I said, you know, how do you keep yourself in it? And he was saying, you know, we play the game until it's over, right? You're focused in 100% of the time because you'd rather beat them 13-2 than 13-3. I don't think X10 have the same mentality. I think they've just went, hey, let's style on them. Let's send Patapan in to just wreck them and see if we can get some highlights out of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't want to give anything back to Vivo Keyed, but hey, they still managed to win the round. They did have to use an ult or 2 to do it, and that Rolling Thunder has still been there for a very long time. I'm waiting for it to be used. I'm more so waiting for Vivo Keyed to set up in a way that actually utilizes it, because that's the problem. Like, you can't. I don't want to see you just throw in an ult willy-nilly. I want to see you actually have a plan around it. But for now, that hasn't really been the case. They look like they're getting outplayed. Now, they've got some good positioning in this round. Heat is waiting back. 30 seconds left for the push to come in, and the flash isn't really going to catch anybody other than their own team. Vixen has found a kill on the other side of the map, and this is where Heat can finally show up. 2 kills, make that a 3rd. Looking to try and bring his team back from the depths. Now, he will go down to Scary, but he's done more than enough. They know exactly where this last player is, and there's no time for this round to go in the other direction. It will be a second. It just depends how costly it's going to be.
I swear I just heard the Rolling Thunder voice line as well. I'm curious to see if it disappears coming into the next round.
Otherwise, it doesn't count. Just for anybody wondering at home, you need to mention feet, otherwise your Rolling Thunder won't work.
We've learned a lot about Breach today.
Well, I guess that's a little bit of luck. Now for Heat, not Feet, that's Heat. He's going to be investing into the Blade Storm. He does currently have a weapon available to him, and now we want to see if they can get these last couple. Nice spam coming through. Patapan is gone. Vixen actually goes back for more, and he will double up and drop the spike. You question about that Rolling Thunder, well, we're not going to see it in this round at all, and it seems like Vivo Keyed might have found a little bit of life.
Oh, Scary. He's able to grab Heat on the updraft. 2v4, it's still winnable. But
it works under pressure, because he's had a round now. And then in the last map as well, I think we're still the highest rated player even with the loss. Already, we're going to see a very early Hunter Shuri. This is just to try and move him out of the corner. And he knows that there's an operator there, so he doesn't jump down. Clever stuff from Cruz. Smart. And as said, we've still got that rolling thunder with both sides. Muri's this is the last round for him to use it. I think he's had it for a very, very long time.
Cosmic Divide's going to come in towards the C site. And Fox, I actually like that he goes up and clears out the utility. It's going to keep them paranoid, and they're actually playing behind the wall as well, even burning up their own one. But eventually,
spike down A.
They will be losing a player. He sat in the corner the entire time. McCrew will be taken down, and Vivo, content with their opening duel, will back off into a much more passive stance.
Oh, Paddy gets caught. It is going to be a quick trade back. Foxy has caught one, looking to try and push into C. Joe's got to be careful here. He might get caught. And in fact, the jump down doesn't really seem worth it. It's going to trade out into a 3v3 scenario. Now they do, I'm going to say it again, still have a rolling thunder.
So do X10, just their breach is dead. That's the downside of that. Look at this, playing off site from X10, smart play. They're gonna just go all the way down, use their nano swarms, use their grab well. This is like hard post-plant play, so difficult to deal with. Still a nano swarm on it. And there's the tap, grab well to start with. Sorry, the nano swarms actually aren't on it anymore. Never mind that. That's going to be a little bit difficult then, because they've now got to deny it with just the rifles, and all the bases are covered for Vivo Keed. Still, the spike diffuser gets killed. It was already halfway.
Around the world are going to be going crazy for days to come, but it is a long road back for the Brazilians here.
Yeah, definitely not going to be ideal for them. Trying to make this work, the pistol round will definitely help out, but can they find it? So far, X10 have won every single pistol, 3 out of 3. Joe watching the flank, but he's lit down to 14, trying to run for his life. The jump peek not going to get him much, and Patapan will take him down. Now the flank is open, and X10 are looking to take it towards this A site. Crunch in on the attackers. Ooh, but Vivo Keed have some ideas of their own.
This is interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody attempt this at a pistol. They've tried to fight back out. They've now almost got trapped in the spawn. I don't know where they go from here. That's the problem. I think they're just hoping that their opponents almost fight back into them, but they've got trapped, and they need to kill off Cruz just to get back into the A site that they already claimed.
As we said, Cruz having a pretty tough game so far, but he's tucked in the corner on this pistol, ready for them to peek on in. I don't mind what Vivo are doing right now, hoping that X10 make a mistake, but the problem is, clock is against you, and eventually you got to make a move. Crew able to take the first. There's a second shot as well. Doubling up here in the opening round and leaving Muri's with 30 HP in a dream. That dream looks very unlikely to come true with 20 seconds. Yeah, it's done. There's no way he picks up the spike, gets back. It's just not possible.
And now they are left in an almost turmoil position. They're not going to force into this one, which I definitely respect. Rely more heavily on your buy rounds, but it almost is one of those cursed scenarios of like you're doomed if you do and you're doomed if you don't, because you're very likely going to give this over as an 11-3 scoreline.
Yeah, there's no winning in this situation, really. You've got to show up eventually. This round right here, it's tough. They're just getting aggressive, man. X10 taking every single fight that they want, even a dash down mid just to get there quicker, hungry for the kills, for those precious statistics. And well, Foxy's in a little bit of trouble if he does peek that. He's very low.
Just leave him alone. Just just leave him alone.
No.
You don't need
there for this team. They're deflated, but down and out.
Well, they've at least got themselves a buy here. It's the bonus round. How does Cruz win that battle? Sure, he has the tag team alongside Padipan, but damn, that is a big head to take early on. That is heat out of the round. No chance to actually bring him back, of course, and they have to try and find a response very quickly. And you can see that Padipan is not shying off this angle. He wants to double it up.
Can you blame him? Without things have been going so far, he got robbed. Did that kill with the Bulldog? Did all the damage, and Cruz came in and one bullet at him. He wants to stay around there, show that A short is his. That turret didn't spot him. Sorry, not turret, the drone. Excuse me. Was going down through A short, hasn't seen it. And so he's just going to be tucked in, waiting for them to make a move. Oh my, Scary is down. A quick wall bang in through Garage, and Sushi Boys almost went down to the same thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all the utility they currently have available on B. Like, it would probably be the worst place they could go. And
not if he dies.
Sushi Boy is going to live to tell the tale. It looks like they're almost looking to try and play a retake on the C side. They have a couple of players in Garage, but they'd have to just try and take this fight on the cross. And you know what? Sushi Boy actually does relatively well. He was already tagged, so a trade out there is not going to be too bad. Cruz will be removed by Mures, putting this into an advantageous position, but there's a couple tagged, and you can already see this flank slowly coming in. Now, there is an alarm bot available.
10 seconds left.
And I think you can see Joe's just making sure he's just about close enough so that it should still be activated, so they will know that he's here.
Yeah, they've now spotted Patapan. They're going to go and try and deal with him. It's Joe on the corner, waiting for that peek to come through. Patapan not able to win it out despite a lot of damage done. Look how low these players are. With a Spectre, Foxy can still win this. Vivo Key need to be so careful. This would be the game thrown. Let's see if they can do that. Rolling Thunder for Mures is going to be the key element in a lot of these rounds. Not too much to deal with it on the other side. I think they're going fast for this. Yeah, I'm a fan of baiting out the utility first, but they're just going to dash straight in, and it's not working out for the opening. Heat's created space, but the Nano Swarm stops anybody else from following up through the smoke. Patapan's taking down Vixen, and things are starting to look very scary. Vivo Keed recovered the spike, but they still need to recover this round.
Oh! What is that from Patapan? It's left all onto Joe. 1 versus 3 players still with a pistol, but the spike down on the deck, and actually they're going to go pushing for it. Scary, just trying to command that control, but actually gives his life away. And that wasn't much of a trade even in HP, so Joe's still in a very good position here. Patapan, you can see how confident.
Fast XX for catching players off. The problem is if you go at the start of the round, you're going to run into utility, and the Nano Swarm is what ended it for them there. He went in to create the space, and no one could follow him up to cover because they would die on the way through, essentially.
They are very unlucky. They are about to run into all of the utility again. Like, straight away.
Did they just double swarm and grab well? And that's a lot of utility commitment from X10, but they're just trying to delay time so the flank can come through. Mures does really well to take down Patapan, but Joe won't be able to get up to anything. This is looking dire for the side of Vivo Keed with a 2v4, a clutch needed, and then another 7 rounds just to hit OT.
Yeah, they are in one of the worst positions I think we've ever seen, and they need someone to step up as a hero just to give them a lifeline in this series. And well, at the moment at least, they're clueless as to where their opposition are. They're currently just watching into the window. Now, this does lead them with a chance to get an afterplant on C, to set themselves up in a better position, and that's exactly what they're going to get.
That they will.
30 seconds left.
Vixen, the one to take that spike plant, now 1 away from the Cosmic Divide. Don't know how much impact that's going to have. But the smoke, on the other hand, they're walking inside that nebula looking to have a big play. Heat getting aggressive. The stun doesn't hit, but the flash does. Heat still comes out on top. Now to a 2v3. Little bit more winnable for Vivo. Keed, if they don't get caught off guard by the timing, and he still comes out on top. 2 versus 2. Blade Storm online. Spike plant for them. This is looking winnable. Scary's already going to start the defuse, but the Grabwell takes them back. Heat has fallen, though. Vixen needs to do it all here and now. Just needs to stop the diffuser, and unfortunately, he cannot quite get there. The spike diffuse on its way.
And it was a 2 versus 4. If there was anything there for Vivo Key, that might just be the moment that changes this. Now, this isn't much of an investment. That's just a straight-up classic battle with a single flash. And that's enough to get them a kill. Now, bear in mind, there are a couple of ultimates here. In fact, there's even a rifle online. That's another classic kill coming through. And Patapan's still there with a Blade Storm, but it's been utilized already. He doesn't have much left, but now he will get the knives back, and